COVID-19? Absolutely not. Thank goodness I'm not planning to go anywhere. Now, you mentioned the petrol price. We know government being extending some kindness yesterday, saying they're absorbing some of those costs. So we might not see huge queues where people waiting to fill up tonight, will we?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So we've got this intervention today for the petrol price. And Michael Marillier is actually here. He's going to tell us exactly why government has intervened. But I believe, Michael, you're going to start with a little bit of money exchanges here. Cue me in on this.
Yeah, that's right, Devin. So we did a quick calculation, just looking at a small vehicle, so roughly a tank of about 50 litres. And what is this intervention by government actually going to mean? How much is it actually going to save you at the end of the month? And the calculation has produced precisely this, Devin. So here it is, exactly 10 Rand for a 50-litre tank. I'm going to hand it over to you.
So this is what I save if I fill up for 50 litres.
Here's your saving thanks to government cutting what would have been a 25-cent per litre hike just down to 5 cents per litre. But I'm going to ask you to give me that 100 Rand in your pocket, please, if you don't mind.
Make sure he gives it back to you when we're done here.
Thanks very much, Devin. And the reason I'm taking 100 Rand from Devin as we bring up our first graphic is because that's how much extra you've had to pay since February this year. So let's take a look at those numbers. In February this year, you were paying 14 Rand 12 for a litre of 95 octane in Gauteng, so the inland provinces. Take a look at September, Devin and Uveka, 16.28. That's what you would have paid had government not stepped in. But let's bring it down to what you're actually going to pay now, thanks to government deciding to put this freeze effectively on petrol, 16.08. All things considered, though, you are still paying almost 15% more than you were in February this year. Let's move on very quickly and take a look at another graph which will put it all in perspective, and it'll put this 100 Rand note in perspective as well. So this is the cost of filling up a small vehicle with a tank of around about 50 litres. Take a look at that. In January, you were paying just over 700 Rand. In September, again, based on that forecast, which we initially expected before government stepped in, you were paying more than 800 Rand. And if you go all the way back to September last year, Devin and Uveka, you were paying 150 Rand less than you are currently, roughly speaking. So quite a large amount of money that you're now forking out just for really the same thing, just to get you from A to B. Let's take a quick look at some of the trends, though, that are driving petrol prices. This, of course, is Brent crude oil. We have seen that go up 6% over the last month. It was around about $73 at the start of August, now above $78. And crucially, Devin mentioned this a little bit earlier, the Rand dollar, we'll bring that up in a moment. And that has also lost a lot of value over the last few months. Our currency really taking a beating, and August has not been a good month for the Rand either. In fact, there you go. It was at around about 13.45 at the start of the month. Currently, Devin, it's almost at 15 to the dollar. So certainly the trend is not good for our petrol prices. And the question that has to be posed is government put this freeze on petrol prices for September. What happens in October? What happens in November? What happens month after month after month? Because we can't keep doing this on a continual basis.
Okay, and you know the scary thing is this won't even buy you a loaf of bread. But it might buy me a Kit Kat. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, and make sure you get your $100 back from him. Okay.
I will once.
Thank you very much. Well, those figures coming out around what time?
Yeah, 11:30. The second quarter GDP figures are out, so we'll bring you up to date on what it really means.
Okay, thanks, Devin and Michael Marillier as well. Just bringing us up to speed. That's our situation at the moment.